This is Muscle Car Campy, and we're here with a prime example of an A-scheme 69 Hurst Scrambler. This car had 390 cubes, 315 horsepower, and the wildest paint scheme to ever see the outside of an American Motors passenger car. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes live. The 69 Scrambler was as pure a muscle car as just about any ever introduced. The 390 was physically the same size as the tiny 290 and 343, so it fit right between the fenders. It was fed cold air through that insane functional hood scoop. All the good stuff was standard. A Hurst shifted close ratio Borg-Warner T10 4-speed, 10.5-inch clutch, twin grip rear with 354 gears, thrush mufflers, and a Suntac on the steering column. The only option was an AM radio. The end result was a car that barely weighed 3,000 pounds with driver. It can run low 14s in the quarter mile at 100 miles an hour. AMC claimed a 14.75 mile time in its ads and said, "With this car you can make life miserable for any GTO, Roadrunner, Cobra Jet, or Mach 1. In fact, they may have been soft selling it. In a Road Test magazine evaluation, it went 14.14 at 100.44. Popular Hot Rodding magazine went 14.10 at an even 100, and Car Life, known for testing with 2 people aboard and a full tank of gas, went 14.20 at 100.8 miles per hour. Obviously, these little monsters could run. Staggered rear shocks and torque links helped put all that horsepower to the pavement. Also helping out were heavy-duty springs and shocks, and up front were power disc brakes as standard equipment. Under the hood of the Scrambler was the same 390 you would find in an AMX or a Javelin. Bob's car has the ubiquitous Edelbrock R4B intake manifold, so he can't really use this while he's driving. It doesn't fit, it's a little too high, so he drives with just the exposed air filter element. One other modification under the hood, Bob got rid of the restrictive stock log manifolds and put on these freer flowing manifolds from the 1970 model year. Not only did they flow better in stock form, but they allowed him to use a 2.25-inch exhaust system rather than the 2-inch system he was limited to with the log manifolds. You know, the inside of the Scrambler is as plain and unassuming as the outside is bold. You've got the Sun STR 602 TAC, you've got the AMX Javelin steering wheel, and a Hurst shifter. That's the optional AM radio. You've got a temperature gauge, fuel level gauge, and an idiot light for oil pressure and alternator. I mean, just simple car. You've got, of course, it being an AMC, it's got the reclining seat backs, which was a novelty in the industry back then, but AMC really liked it. You have this waffle pattern headliner. It looks to be all original. You had these crazy red, white, and blue headrests, but lots of horsepower, not a lot of weight. That's a recipe for a fast car. Alright, so we're here with owner Bob Hodson, 69 Hurst Scrambler. Love these AMCs, and I can tell you, even in 4th gear here, I can feel this car wants to go. It's so much fun driving a car with manual steering, and thankfully Bob put some radials on this car, but you know, the only option you could get was the AM radio, so this car you could say, hey, this car has every available option. Right. Of course, that was one option. You know, the manual steering takes me a little getting used to, of course.
Right, it takes me to. It seems like I got more play in it.
Bob, how long have you had the car?
Since 1994.
Wow.
Took about, I didn't get it up and running until about 2021 when we finished up the restoration.
Yeah, I know the car, it had some issues when you got it. You had to replace some bad previous body work and things, but it looks amazing right now.
I think it looks good for a 23-year-old restoration. It's only not even have 2,300 miles on it.
Well, you know, these cars were not supposed to last 23 years. They were supposed to last,
I know.
He was supposed to last 3 years, and then you got another one.
Right.
But I like the feel on the manual steering is good. It really goes where you point it.
The power steering makes it so much easier.
Oh, it does. But that's cheating, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought about putting power steering on it, but it's a Scrambler, you know, and I don't know. It's rough when you're trying to back out of your garage in 8 to 10 maneuvers with Mark Street, you can do it 3 or 4.
Right, but it is, like I said, it's part of the history of the car.
Right.
As you said, there was a dealer who did put power steering and air conditioning in one car.
Yeah, because the guy wanted, it was either that or the vent. And by the Scrambler, the dealer had to do that. The B-Scheme Scrambler. Bill Smith was the previous owner of it. And he never restored it because he had a saying, it's only original once.
That is true. Very true. Now tell me about this car. How many owners has it had, do you know?
I really don't know. It had 65,000 on the little tag I showed you where it was at AMC All-Day Race Day in 09. I put new bushings on the shift. I had to go back in it and adjust it. Oh, I can't believe how well it shifts now.
And this has the steering wheel out of the AMX, correct?
Yes, sir.
That was factory.
Basically, what I understand is the package that's in here is out of the AMX 390 with a go package.
Right.
4-speed, 354 gears.
But that Hurst shifter feels as good as ever.
Yeah, it does.
You've got it adjusted great. I just love looking out at the air scoop out there. Oh, this is just a delightful moment for me. Now I know originally they were going to build 500, then they said 1,000. They ended up building 1,512.
Right.
And how was that divided, A versus B?
I was told that the next 500 were Bs, but I don't think that's true because somebody did the VIN numbers. When you sort them down, VIN numbers down, you can tell that they look like they came to the line at the same time.
Yeah.
And so somebody else, another article said about 350 were made Bs.
You know, they didn't get much more pure as a muscle car than this. Split bench seat, no console, no power steering. You know, being AMC, no surprise that it had good brakes. They were very concerned with safety. But it's just a bare bones muscle car, good gauges. The sun tack, which still works on this car, fantastic.
Right. The most miles I put on this thing was 250 miles. And AMO, man, I had 3 shows I went to. 250 miles.
Wow.
Luckily, and sometimes it just goes off the trailer onto the field, and that's all it goes.
Well, it's on the bonus plan today.
Yeah.
I like how, boy, it goes, I know peak horsepower was, what, 4,600, correct? And this thing goes right to 5, and I bet it'd still want to keep going.
Yeah, It's got a little bit of a cam in it. Tony Pennell put it in there.
Okay.
When we did the motor back in the day.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap. Muscle Car Campy saying see you later. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes live. We got lots more cool stuff coming up for you. And while you're at the channel, don't forget, check out some of the 70 to 100 odd videos that are already up. You'll love them all.